Hello, welcome to another episode of Girlfriends Aftershow here on JLJ Media. I'm your host, James Lott Jr. And we're talking about Season 1, Episode 10. Yes, we are. This was titled Never a Bridesmaid. It came out 11/27/2000, 20 years ago. Before I start, the shirt, Black Don't Crack. I want to support speaking of strong girlfriends, my friend, Deborah Hubbard has a place called Black Don't Crack here in Los Angeles. You can also go online, blackdon'tcrack.com. Follow Black Don't Crack on social media. Shirts. She has all kinds of other products, jackets and tops, men and women, masks. We have all that stuff. It's just, I love this stuff, and it feels good too. But it's also supports, and anyone can wear it, not just black, but anybody can wear it, because she says that life is about being Black Don't Crack. So we're trying to get that out there. But this was called Never a Bridesmaid. So this is very interesting because this episode is one of the really first serious episodes of the series. It was really like the friendship. It showed me that they will go there when it comes to friendships. And in real life, sometimes friendships get a little ugly. And for them to grow, sometimes stuff like this has to happen. And this is Joan and Maya. It completely over Maya's recommitment ceremony to her husband Darnell, played by Flex Anderson at the time. So it's kind of the second wedding that Joan acts up on. She does later with Tony. It's another story. We'll talk about that later. But we get that Joan wants to be married. That's what she wants, what everyone else has. And she's been a bridesmaid for so long. Excuse me. She's been a bridesmaid for so long. All these things that she wants the happy ending, of course. So she goes a little overboard, which Joan tends to do. So we learn she likes celebrations. She likes putting things together with the Thanksgiving episode, and we learn later in other episodes that she really dives in under the guise of, I'm here to give Maya her dream wedding. Because Maya, we find out she was young when she had Jabari, and they were young when they got married. This would be this wedding. Now, Maya's a different idea. Maya's a down-home girl. We get to meet her mom, Jeanette, who is just beautiful. Hot mama. And her cousin and her play cousin. The term play cousin was brought in. I love that. But Maya has a whole different idea of involving her family. Her style is different. Joan is very like Vera Wang and Martha Stewart and all this stuff, where Maya's just like, I just want, or as Tony puts it, the ghetto fabulous way. But I don't even think it's that. I just think it's that she just wanted a very personal, loving ceremony with friends and family around. And she's not fancy. It's just not who she is. That's not important to her. And Maya designed all the dresses. I thought they were cute purple dresses, but Joan comes over and basically insults her and her mom, the dresses. And the line was, I just want the wedding to be more tasteful. Maya invites her to the wedding. Mom kicks her out. There we go. We go through this journey where Joan tells her the girlfriends what happens, and they're just like, yeah, let her do what she wants. Yeah, and it's her business. Even Tony's like, what's her business? Like, who cares? They're on Maya's side. But then I remember I first saw this. I've seen it before over and over again because I've seen the series more than once now. Well, I remember I first saw this when they have the big confrontation between Joan and Maya at the office. Golden Brooks delivers a great monologue, and Tracee Ellis Ross just really takes it. That's what makes Simon a good acting partner. Because Joan's just like, well, I try to help you out, like when I help you with those courses, and like even gave you that shirt that you're wearing. Because they share clothes, the girlfriends share clothes, which it happens. And Maya delivers this monologue while taking off her shirt at a job. I call it the class difference speech. It's just, she says it so eloquently, just so like, what she says, I'm tired of having, I already have to, like, I'm paraphrasing, of course, because it's just so good. Like, I already have to teach white folks what's so special about our culture. And about my culture and what shoes to wear when you come to my colors to wear in my neighborhood. But it's worse to have to teach sedity black folks the same thing. I'm like, that is such a great thing right there. That not all Black folks are the same. Some of us, we all come from different backgrounds. We're not a monolith. It's not just one thing that Black folks come from. We come from all shapes. But then when we're with each other, you would hope that we could come together and not judge each other or but it doesn't work that way always. I just thought that, and so when she says that and just goes to this whole thing, that was the first time you came to my house, I always go to yours. Just a whole, this whole thing. And I love that speech made everything. And in the end, of course, Joan shows up in the dress that she was supposed to wear. And Maya looked beautiful in that strapless gown. I'll say that. I just gotta say that. It was really beautiful. But a great episode. Again, it was delivered so well. I guess, like they said, show that they will go there with the girls. It's really about the girlfriends. You see, it wasn't about Darnell and her getting married again. Not really. That's the backdrop. But you only saw him a couple times in there. It was about those two. That's the relationship that we're worried about and what's going on. Even though she's marrying him, I think that brilliance. The little B story, side story that was kind of related that also was very interesting, played for comedy more so, but again, another topic that's just so timely, Black men getting some sense of money and class and then going to date white women. And Lynn and Tony are talking about that. Even though Tony has dated white men, we know this. But she's like, I had to. There's no available Black man. That's kind of, and I'm sure a lot of Black women think the same way, and especially back then. That was always talked about in my family. My father married white when a little later, several times. So it's kind of like that's always, not saying it's always the motive. You can fall in love with each other and colors. I wouldn't be here if there wasn't mixed race stuff going on and all that. But I'm just saying that there is a phenomenon that happened in the 70s and 80s and 90s where a lot of Black men start moving up the ladder. I always say their circle of people became different and larger and just different. So they were around more people of other races. And William says something that's I thought very true for Black men. He said that Black women aren't checking for him because he's kind of nerdy and a good guy. He's not dangerous. I hear all the time. And that sometimes just being Black for other races, he's edgy just being Black. There's some truth to that. There is some truth to that. Lynn, of course, was like, well, I wouldn't be here with some mixed race stuff. It's kind of funny. But I love that it's brought up in it was brought up in this casual context. They were at 347 or 847. It was just like brought up like a normal thing, but they were really talking about it. And later on, Tony and Lynn were looking at these famous couples. They were naming couples. Like they mentioned Kobe Bryant and Vanessa. So I just thought it was very interesting. Two really interesting. It was very much class. It was very much a class episode, and how it relates to the Black community. Loved it. Girlfriends on Netflix. I got the DVDs. That's how I was watching them. They're on Netflix. You can go ahead and watch them there, and see what they're talking about, and watch every episode, and then watch the episodes. Come watch us. I'm in talks with some of the actors on the show here, of course. But meanwhile, we'll be talking about all the different episodes from seasons 1 through 8. I'm going to go through them all. I really am going to go through them all. And I think it's 150 episodes, something like that. I'm going to go through them all, folks. Some will get doubled up. Some will be extra. Right now, we're doing one at a time. But we'll see how that goes. But we love Girlfriends. The show is just so good. I'm so glad it's on Netflix. I'm so glad a new generation of women and girls were able to watch it now. It was groundbreaking. Follow us on JLJ Media on all social media platforms. We're all over the place. And we're on all the streaming services. JLJ Media. James Lott Jr. also out there. We'll see you next time.